Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Nerf Herder, your boy Benji. I want to do a video real quick on a unicorn saber of mine, the KR Sabers VEEZEE. This saber I needed it as soon as I saw the trailers years ago when they came out, the cinematic trailers for the Old Republic games. I love the aesthetic. It hit everything that I liked. It just looks so beautiful. This was one of my all-time need to get hilts. A few years ago, these were really hard to find. There was no, and they still might be actually, there was nobody really making a good version of one. I waited, I thought about doing my own custom one, all this different stuff, and then KR Sabers, Cal, just awesome dude. He put out, I think, a run of this, and I might have missed it, but he announced that he was doing a run, and I was seriously sitting at the office that I was at, the job that I worked, and I was like refresh it, because like I did not want to miss out on the run. I thought that they were going to be gone in a second, which they actually lasted us for a while. I was kind of like, I think I might have been the first one to buy one, but I was so happy to get it. Things stayed a shelf queen for a while. I originally put a Verso board in it. I waited for the Verso board to come out, and I installed it with a Verso, the first one that came out, the first Verso board. And since this is a smaller diameter speaker, inner diameter, the speaker was tiny. I was never very happy with the sound. As you guys are aware on this channel, or if you know me, I like a loud saber. I like a loud speaker. I like a good resonance chamber. And the chassis I had was I think an Eco chassis or something at the time. And it stayed a shelf queen for many years. And then recently I was like, you know what, I can take apart some components and redo them. And then I had a spare Golden Harvest board. The Golden Harvest V3, the Phase 4 board, can push some audio really loudly. I was gonna put a Profi in it, but then I was like, you know what, I'll save the Profi and go with the Golden Harvest. The Golden Harvest is pushing, man. This thing's loud. I squeezed a 24mm speaker in here. So it is not pretty, but it's on. Made it also, so I have removable battery right here, so you don't have to take the whole guy off. And again, I had to modify the speaker a little bit, trim it, and fit just right to get in there. So she's not the prettiest at the speaker, but it is in there. It is literally just in there. So for removing the battery, you just come here and pop that guy out, right? Get the Old Republic symbol. Kind of tried to make very same aesthetic all around with the chassis, kind of simple design. The reason I did this was, one, I wanted a removable battery.
You have too much of your father's heart in you.
Because you have to take off these guys. So in order to get to the SD card and all that stuff, you would have to unscrew these two, which I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. But I don't ever have to do that unless I'm making changes to the SD card. So let's go ahead and do it real quick so I can show you guys the chassis, and then we'll get on to swinging it around with the blade in. So I saw this as another opportunity to learn a little bit more about the Golden Harvest. The joke going around is that I know a lot about the Golden Harvest. I do not. It's like, I am a CFX guy. I know more about the CFX than I do other boards and whatnot. I did some Golden Harvest videos when the boards first came out. All I did was install them and turn them on. So when people ask me about Golden Harvest boards, I'm usually like, follow the steps, man, because that's all I did. I don't know any of the editor and all that stuff. So I've learned a little bit more over time, but this is very simple to install. Very thin chassis and very long. So I just kind of wanted to keep the same aesthetic. I usually like to go really crazy with chassis and put a bunch of greebly designs and stuff along the sides. But with this one, it's so thin, I didn't want to compromise a lot of stuff and the details would be small. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to kind of make it look, you know, very much in tone with the saber. So the chassis matches the saber a lot. So you got your Golden Harvest Golden Harvest V3 Phase 4 board, removable battery, 24mm smugglers outpost speaker. This guy doesn't ever come on and off, like I said. It's only when I want to do changes, because it is kind of a process of lining it up. I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad at all. It just takes an extra second to mess with. So originally I had a in-hilt battery and the recharge port was down there. So that's how I got to that sucker originally. So this is just a much easier way to go about it. And also, I think I burned through these batteries real quick when I got the volume pushed up to like 350. It can go to 400 when I was like, let's blow this. So body goes on just enough to get on there, and then threads this dude on. I made a custom blade plug. I wanted to do, this guy comes with it, a little gold ring. So I may incorporate the ring into this plug, but for now, this dude is super shiny. Let's turn that down. Much louder. Sorry, you can't really see. And then twist off. It's a one button. You could put buttons in there, and also you could put blinkies in there. Personally, I wanted to have as much sound as I could, leaving these guys open because they are hollow. It gives it the vibrations right there, but it also gives it a little bit more sound. See how? So your one button is just, and you can't click to hold, click and hold to turn off. That's a post off, sorry. You can't click and hold off, it takes a while. I could turn the buttons down so it's, it takes, see about the thunder and lightning out here. Could turn it down the time, but with it being one button, I didn't really want to get in the way of a lot of the functions, because a lot of times you have to press and hold and twist and do all these different things to activate the menus and whatnot. So a simple on, and I went twist off. Very easy to twist off too, so. Okay, that is not good. Close, huh? So, blade plug. I didn't put any NeoPixels, lit PCBs in there. I just reused the old pixel connector. It's a TCSS one, and then I just have an old blade plug that I use. It takes a 1-inch blade. I really do love this saber. Now I could go over. I'm going to swing it around a little bit, and then I can show you guys the settings and changing stuff and playing with all that stuff. But let's go ahead and have fun with it real quick. I had to swap out the battery there. This battery was running low. When it runs low, the board kind of acts up. So much louder than the original setup, way louder. Now the thing that's kind of tricky about the lockup is, a way I have it set up is you hold for like a second on the activation or the one button, and then let go and clash. So you get used to it after a minute, but hold. Oh. See if I can get that lock up one more time. So press, hold. All right, so if you point down and activate, or point down and retract, you'll get a pre-on. So. I think those are kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. I know people love them, but I'm not a blade style kind of guy. Alright, and then as you get into the sound menu, while it's pointed up, press and hold for about like 2 seconds and then let go. I changed my UI sound. I like to do that. Instead of it saying sound menu like really loudly, it's just a that's good enough for me. So you can press the button to scroll through. I'm just going to rotate it. Let's go for the light. So that last one was Young Solo by K-Sith. This is also by K-Sith. This is light. Honestly, this speaker might be going out. I really do enjoy the saber though. So yeah, this speaker may be going out. Who knows? Now it is loud. It's not extremely loud, but it is way louder than the original setup. Everyone knows I'm not the biggest fan of 24mm speakers or lower. I kind of don't care how great the resonance and everything is. To me, they always sound lacking. Again, this is personal preference, and I know there's plenty of people who try to prove me wrong on it, but again, personal preference, man. I can't help what I hear and how I take it in. So now that's not to say that this is the best sound because of that 24, but it is much louder. Now loud doesn't always mean great, but I'd rather it not be a whisper. I do really like that ignition. A lot of these are stock. I only put on 1 or 2 sound fonts on here. Lockout. Depending on how you hold it. Again, this is a shelf, still a shelf queen to me, but now it's, you know, a little bit more fun to play with. Yeah, it is a very comfortable saber. Like it feels so good. Alright, so let me show you how to do some things if you wanted to know. So, turning the saber down and press and hold for a second and then let go.
Volume control activated.
Takes you to volume control. I didn't even have it all the way, so you can control the volume.
Volume adjusted.
Let's blow this beast. So that's one way to do it. Now you could do another one is pressing down and twisting. Press and twist.
Saber editor.
Down. Now
select mode. Color profile.
You can switch through the colors.
Pixel number.
You can do the pixel number. So this is really cool for people who don't know. Let's change the pixel number. Pixel number shows you how much. So like if I went to here, the blade would only light up to there. So whenever you're choosing your pixels, like say you have a longer or shorter blade, you would just go to this style edit menu and twist until it goes all the way like dark, and then come back to where it lights up just the tip.
Back in Saber Editor. Select Mode.
And then shows that. There you go. Now you can also do
Ignition speed.
ignition speed. I like the way mine's set, but it's the same concept. Press and then twist, and it'll show you how fast you scroll up.
Retraction speed.
Same there.
Battle configuration.
Battle configuration is like your blaster bolts and your lockup, how you want to do those with the button.
Gesture controls.
Gesture controls. So I'm going to go ahead and turn one on just to show you guys.
Choose gesture control. Stab ignition.
So you got stab ignition, and then you twist to choose off or on. I'm going to leave it off.
Swing ignition.
Swing ignition is very sensitive, so
Off. On. Off.
I'm going to leave it off.
Twist ignition.
We're going to do twist ignition.
On. Twist. Retraction. Stab ignition. Swing ignition. Back in
Press and
Saber
hold.
Editor. Select mode.
Takes you back to Saber Editor.
Effect front slot. Save and leave Saber Editor.
Now I'm going to save and leave. Now we can do twist on, twist off. Y'all thought I sucked at motion controls or gesture controls? Ha! Eat my butt. Eat my butt. Eat my butt. Very simple on the gestures. You don't see this? You boys got it. We got it. Now to change colors while it's on, press and hold, and then press and hold, and then press again, and that'll get you into color changing. So press and hold.
Choose color profile.
And then change color profile. This all took me a minute to figure out, aside from reading the manual. You read the manual, people. Read the manual. Good grief. Everyone asking questions don't want to take the time to look in the manual. So I'm going to choose this guy. So now it's that color. Right? Now to enter blade styles. Really kind of don't want to change it, but I will. It's the same thing, except you're going to press and hold, let go, press and hold until you go into it. So hold.
Choose blade effects.
Now blade effects is where you can get crazy. If you press in, which I don't want to do because it does all these weird animations that I don't want. Right now I just want the profiles, so I'm just going to scroll.
Classic.
Classic.
Classic 4. Classic 3. Classic 2. Classic 1. Dark saber.
See?
Gradient 2.
Gradient.
Gradient 1. Sauron 2.
Sauron. I have Sauron.
Sauron 1. Flame 5.
Flame.
Flame 4. Flame 2. Flame 1. Flame 2.
I'll get it.
1. Flow. Wave. 7. Wave 8.
Wave's cool, I guess.
Wave 9.
Like that's a great one. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I ain't actually against that. Let's see what it looks like when we turn it on. Oh, actually, that's pretty cool. Alright. I'll leave that on there. So yeah, sorry, I just wanted to do that real quick. Some people would want to see it. I mean, how cool is that, you know? That'll do it. I just want to show that off real quick, and real quick turn into a long time. It's kind of how we do it around here, you know? That's why I don't like the on gesture controls. Anything that turns on in a gesture control is annoying. I'm sorry, but it is. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This is one of my favorite hilts of all time. Cal did a fantastic job. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got more stuff coming. And until then, may the Force be with you.
Scruffy looking.